Taking a look at an existing quote. When you first create a quote, you would type in the job name. The date of the quote is automatically set to the current date, the date you create the quote. The quote number is automatically generated by incrementing the last quote number stored in the Preferences dialog under the File menu. The quote ID is automatically generated. If we select the Client's drop-down menu in the Client Details, we have the option to select a client. This will display all the clients that are listed in the database. We have the option here of deleting clients, searching clients by a certain criteria, sorting the clients. We can also make a sub-selection by selecting clients using the control key and clicking Use. We can also omit clients by selecting them and clicking on Omit. And we can make all records the current selection. We can also select clients that are active, those that have current quotes and jobs. We can create new clients, modify existing clients, and select the clients. If we click on Search Clients, we can search by all the main fields in a client record. We can also search by the client's relationship to quotes by searching quotes for clients or searching jobs for clients. We can also search by quotes clients that have had quotes converted to jobs and clients that have had quotes not converted to jobs. We can also search for active clients, inactive clients, and clients that have had neither quotes nor jobs created for them. We can search all records or just the current selection of records. And then once we have the search criteria in, we can actually save the search if we wish to use it at a later date. And then we just click Load Search and load that search, and all the criteria will appear, and we can then use the search over again. We first type in our criteria and click the Do Search button. We're told here that there are 2 records found. We click Show to display those 2 records. Then we can choose the record we wish to link to this quote and choose Select. We could also type in part name and hit the Tab key, and that'll also bring up that selection that has that criteria. And we can select the record and it'll be linked. We can also type in the full name. Of a client, hit the Tab key, and all their details will be linked to the quote. Here we can also modify the client that's selected, in this case Future Scan. Selecting that will bring up all their details, and we can make any modifications to that and save them. We can also create a new client by just selecting that from the drop-down menu, or we can unlink and clear the client from the quote if we wish. So we can link it by typing the company's full name, and the details will be linked to this quote. The date required is a default number of days past the current date. If we go to the Preferences and go to the Quote Invoice Text tab, we have a default number of days for orders, and the required date will be this number of days ahead of the current date. We can enter in the order number, the client's order number, and when we enter the company name, the jobs will be searched and will be given the previous job number, and the total number of jobs that this client has had done by us. We enter in a full description of the job, and if we click include job description in quote text, then that description there will be then included in the quote text. You have the option of entering 4 quantities for a particular quote. We also have the option of choosing the salesperson who made the sale of this particular job. We can add salespeople by choosing add salesperson, typing in their name, clicking OK. To modify a salesperson, we first select their name, then choose modify salesperson. Make the changes, click OK to save them. To delete a salesperson, first select the salesperson, then choose delete salesperson, and you'll be asked to confirm the deletion. Similarly, status can be added and attached to each quote. We can add a status by choosing add status, clicking OK, and that'll become the current status linked to this quote. We can modify a status by first selecting it and then choosing modify status. We can make the correction, choose OK to save it. If we wish to delete a status, we first select it, then choose delete status, and we're asked to confirm the deletion, and we click yes to delete the status. The duplicate this quote button will duplicate the current quote and make it the selected quote, and this can be used when you have an existing quote and you wish to create a new quote that is the same or similar for a new client and do not have a template for this type of job. You'll be asked to confirm the process and given the opportunity to set the new quote name. The create template from this quote will instruct PrintQuote Pro to create a template at the same time as you save the quote. This is ideal when you have just created a quote for a client and then decide it would be a good idea to save it as a template for later use. You'll be asked to give the template a name prior to saving it, and if you do this over time, you'll have templates for most of the typical jobs you have to prepare. The email details button is only available if the current quote was sent from another installation of PrintQuote Pro via a dedicated email account set up for that purpose. It will display the email message that was sent with the emailed quote. To get more information on how this works, look at the video PQP08 Email Quotes to Office video for details on how to use that feature.